So we're continuing now our discussion about the synchronize events, and let's go back now to the dialog and look at how this all happens. So first I'm going to go to the client-side events, and you can see there's an event called onSynchronize dialog, and this event is fired when the dialog window is synchronized. So I'm going to just simply go here and put in an alert over there. And then I'm going to go to my server-side events, and you can see there's an event here called onSynchronize, and I'm going to just say exit function. So I'm going to turn off the functionality that this event performs. So we'll go back now to our grid, and we'll run it. So the first time we click this button, the dialog opens up and the controls are set correctly now, because the dialog has been initialized to those arguments. But now when we close this window down and we open up, but we click the button again now, so we're going to be reopening the previously cached dialog. So we click the button, we can see that our client-side onSynchronize event happens, but there's no code there to actually do anything. So then the dialog window gets shown, but you can see that the dialog window is still showing the initial values that it had when it was opened up the first time, because the onSynchronize event is actually not doing anything. So in theory it would be possible to reset these two control values by looking at data that gets passed into the client-side onSynchronize event, because if we go back to the dialog now, we can see that in the client-side onSynchronize event that what gets passed into this event is the synchronized type, which in this case there is no special synchronized type here, and then object, which is a JSON object with all of the information that was retrieved from the grid. But it's pretty complicated to parse this object and figure out how to update the fields. So we've also got a so I'm going to comment this out now, and now go to my server-side code, which I previously commented out. And what I'm going to do in my server-side code here is say that that this server-side code is going to compute some JavaScript to update those two controls, control 1 and control 2, and it's going to look at e.arguments. So e.arguments are the arguments that were defined for this dialog component, but Alpha 5 is going to automatically refresh the value of the dialog arguments in the callback. So let's go now and put in a debug1 statement over here to see what's actually happening during the life cycle of the event. So I'm going to go back now to my grid and then run it. So now I click the button, say on this row, so the value of arg1 and arg2 in the dialog are being set respectively to main and mesner. So now I'm going to close this down, and now when I click this button again now, because we're opening up a cached dialog, we click the button, the client-side event fires, and then the server-side event also fires. So here we are in the server-side onSynchronize dialog event, and if we go look inside E, we can see E dot arguments. Sorry, let me pause now because we're running out of time, and I'll pick this up in the next video.